Eric Little had both the business education and experience in the construction industry to start his own company. But as the company grew, Eric began to realize he was missing critical pieces of the puzzle. So that's why Eric decided to bring in our team of business consultants to give him what he needed to complete the picture of business success.
Hello, my name is Eric Little. I'm president and owner of Crimson Building Company. We specialize in multifamily, commercial, and infrastructure projects. We currently have 30 employees. Over the last couple of years, we've experienced some tremendous growth in our company, which brought to my attention that we had some deficiencies, not only company-wide, but with me personally, which led me to reach out to some experts, some consultants to come in and show us some different ways of looking at things. So when Ken came into our office, we started examining the processes and procedures that we currently have in place, and then started looking at some things that we didn't have in place. And during that analysis, we came up with this chart, and that led us to examine 3 areas of our company. Number one, we had to diversify the types of construction that we do. We can no longer just concentrate on one segment, which was multifamily. The number 2 thing that we had to do is I could no longer be our business development manager. We had to hire a third person to come in and manage that process for us. And then the last thing that we looked at is a reorganization of our executive team, where we moved a couple of guys into spots that they were more, that their talents more aligned with. So when Ken came in, we realized that we had a couple of deficiencies. One of the main ones was the management of our cash flow. So Ken helped us put in some policies and procedures and software in order to manage our cash flow better so that we could predict where we were going to be in the future. And the other thing is that I had a negative attitude towards having debt on our company, but Ken showed us how that we can leverage debt in order to help maintain our cash flow and manage our cash flow. So one of the other things that Ken did is that he came in and started examining our estimating and our bidding procedures. We were mainly focused on bringing revenue into our company, and Ken showed us that the thing that we really wanted to focus on was our profits and not the revenue. And he put some systems in place in order for us to tell what the profitability of each project was as we were bidding it. And that did, outside of the systems portion, it did one other thing. It changed my mindset on how I looked at the projects. No longer was I looking at it from a revenue perspective, I was looking at it from a profit perspective. And that allowed us to examine some projects that we were bidding and actually not take on a project, even though it might have brought in a lot of revenue, it didn't bring any profit in. And so that's allowed us to take projects and build projects that have more profit built into them. One of the other things that Ken did is that he brought in an attorney who examined our structure. And as we examined our structure, we noticed that we needed to do 2 things. Number one is we need to do a better job of asset protection, which required us to set up some separate entities. And the number 2 thing is we were not utilizing the tax code to our benefit. And so we looked at different ways to protect our assets and to maximize our tax savings. When I started this company, I already had a degree in business management, but that degree didn't prepare me to run this company. When Ken and his team came in, they not only put the tools and the systems in place in order for us to be able to manage this, he also changed my mindset. And that change in mindset was basically a crash MBA course. And that knowledge that I gained from Ken and the systems and procedures that he put into place is going to allow me to manage this company as we double in size this year.